let's see here, 11 days after the feast of the passing of Nicomedes Kefe, the champion of faith, disquietude marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls, steeped in fear, arrived on Fallstone in a star barque. A great apostasy had befallen their home and turned them into an abject wanderers seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Navika, had betrayed them once the knowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface. He most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty to take care of the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Fallstone's grim wasteland, the forsaken people came to the monastery of Saint Cognatus, and there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gates and implored and wailed, "Take us in, protect us." And what once was the place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife, and mayhap also the seed of alluring blasphemies. If fiendly heathens lurk in their midst, only one choice. After a prayer, the prelate Hectarchius turns his eye to the past in search of instructions. That guy recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Fallstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving Saint Cognatus, and those missionaries had received the blessing of Nicomedes Kefe, the champion of faith, who had traveled with them in their star barque, to find in this place a humble and pure abode, wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. And Saint Cognatius, a great man of great endeavors, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a librarium, but stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same. And not only Fallstone, but many other worlds of the Corona's expanse bear its imprint. And that guy did welcome the interlopers warmly as his guests, but he did not warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. The brethren and the sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein victuals, and medical herbs and jugs of promethium. But the crowd came to blows over viands, and blood was spilled, and many were trampled and mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. The warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned their flank cowls in scribbled words of praise to the God Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth ready to render service in battle. With lasguns and bolters they pierced the interlopers. With their chainswords and power flails they struck them, and a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers too, scant though their ornament was and scattered their skills in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers, for great were the numbers and greater their desperation. The monks fled beyond the walls and rang the vox alarum and shut the gate. and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over the gate, slaying any who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick laid siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the generatium. The faithful, in the meantime, made ready to resist. And a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. Summon that guy and the leaders of the interlopers to hold each other to account for their deeds. Dogmatic is command his formidable boarding force and fall upon the interlopers and slay as many as could be slain. Extend the veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care, and therefore all Folkestone with them. Extend a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care, and thereby of all Folkestone with them. Two hereticals unleash his armed force upon the interlopers and monks alike. Bade the dwellers of the monasteries fight the interlopers for his amusement like beasts of war. So we chose the dogmatic path in space. We'll do the iconoclast. We need to. They are also people of the Imperium, so. Establish a new colony. Humbly the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's confidant, and unsealed the airlocks and opened the gates of its abode, and brought forth gifts of virtue to relieve the suffering of its ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architects set to work in accordance with the saints, teaching the parameters set forth in the standard templates construct. They erected spacious living quarters and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, and a spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud censorum within the walls. Clerks, within whose walls clerk and servo bondsman would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new, yet righteous way of life came to Folkestone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good. On certain worlds, usually the most habitable, are suitable for establishing thriving colonies ripe for development. Completing projects and colony advents can earn Rogue Trader unique rewards that cannot be obtained through any other means. Projects are the backbone of colony development. Completing them requires resources that can be obtained by exploring planets and cosmic anomalies. Completing a project takes time. While you continue your travels through the Corona's expanse, you will receive a notification on your screen when a project is finished, informing you that the reward can now be claimed. Okay, so I don't have to be in this part of space. That is actually kind of nice. Okay, let's see here. Ultimate authority over the world. We will get two-handed flamer. Not bad. This will give us the Emperor's retribution. And this Shield of Faith. Holy Gifts 20, Profit Factor 2. Followers of the cult Saint Drurus, who believe in continuing mankind's crusade and bringing new worlds into the Imperial's fold, they adhere to the principles of ascectum and high moral standards. Most of all, they value sacred relics and artifacts. Their representative, Reverend, yeah, those guys. So yeah, we'll take the Dominion of the Hammer. Expenses, blocks, projects. Okay, it's just the other options. Holy Gifts, same on everything. We'll take it. It's blocked. We'll see when it's done, I guess. Rank 2. Yeah. We are out of here. Colony management. You can manage your colony remotely using the colony management screen. So let's see, let's make a save here. Lord Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow, I have prepared a detailed report. Deliver your report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Urak 5. The lady navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The lady navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions and the void ship was thrown off course for a matter of minutes. But this was enough for the forces of Immaterium to anger the machine spirit enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the lady navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to the crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. I was also told about a conflict between Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Verserian directly. Things are even worse with Jay Haydari. I intercepted a voxcast in which she promised she would, and I quote, "and that Casca, if she ever saw..." Things are even worse with Jay. I intercepted a voxcast in which she said she would, she promised she would, and I quote, "end that Casca if she ever saw her again." Okay, so we're having drama on the ship here, heavy drama. If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of our crew's safety and that of Lady Cassia herself. The war jump went surprisingly smoothly. None of the deck officers on duty reported any incidents. However, a strange discovery awaited the Lord Captain when he returned to his quarters. The bed was unmade, and the impression of a head was still visible on the pillow. There were no other signs of intrusions. The guards swore under oath that nobody had entered Lord Captain's quarters. The Immaterium releases us from its grip. It's time. This time. Check the planets out. Seems to be a somewhat calm place. The magnetic storm raging above the planet blurs the blaze of Auguris arrays. Only the truly powerful diviner machines may see through the currents of magnetic fluctuations in their blessed vigil and discovers the mysteries of this Emperor-forsaken planet. Emperor-forsaken planet. The rogue trader has decided to leave this unwelcoming world. Maybe he will return here one day. Who knows? No resources. So my guess is that there's something hidden here that we can't really The ruins of an ancient imperial city were discovered on a dead world completely deprived of an ecosystem. According to the reports, the entire settlement is contained in a titanic glass dome that once held an artificial atmosphere. Your augurs detect the framework of 3 other similar structures that were never completed. For whatever reason, the dome's systems failed and left behind this city, a ghost that never managed to become a proper colony for the Imperium. Okay. Let's see. Remaining fuel. Explore temples. Send out a crew to explore city temples district. Holy gifts. Pretty good. Order scouts to gather as many supplies as possible. There we go. Explore the local palace. Ghost Sword. A lavishly decorated estate of the local ruler towards over rows of featherless bunkhouses. Several explorers perished from the cleverly hidden tripwires in the courtyard, but after losing their companions, the team easily disarmed the remaining traps in the estates. Anything of value have been promptly delivered to the rogue trader's vessel. The Lord Captain was even given an exquisite sword found in a secret cache that once belonged to the mansion's owner. Ghost Sword. Drain the remaining fuel from the generator stations. The city won't need them anymore. Leave the dead city. Fuel. Yeah, we're saving the ones we have here. The planet with 7 would be better if we wanted more plasteel. Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield race. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but the unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. Find the source of the rumors and punish those responsible. I don't want unnecessary deaths. Destroy the rebellious clan and find a replacement among the neighboring crews. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. Okay, so let's make it. A report shows up on your personal cognitator screen. Unknown ships are towing the interstellar sextant. The cargo ship belongs to one of Footfall's wealthiest traders. It looks like the pirates have bitten off more than they can chew, and now been forced to drag the ship to a more secluded place where they can plunder it undisturbed. Attack the pirates. As soon as they see you, the escort ship charges into battle at once, while the captive sextant powers up its warp engines. Unless you interrupt the preparation for the jump, the cargo ship will forever vanish beyond the veil of the immaterium, along with all the riches it is carrying. Send all available forces to intercept the interstellar sextant. Don't let it get away. Okay, let's see what the pirates are flying.
The whispers sound distant. The future is uncertain.
I want to hear the macro cannon roar. Show them the fury of our macro cannons. Helmsman, navigate us to the designated coordinates.
Let's see what happens. Oh shit. Well, I guess that means we need to kill this guy. Wait a minute, we have we can move the torpedo 5 more steps. Let's do that. Torpedo control, go. Ba-boom. So that did absolutely nothing.
Set course with all haste. Bring doom to our enemies. Fall ahead. Unleash a barrage of destruction. Let the macro cannon sing their deadly litany.
There we go.